All right, we're gonna start. I'm gonna call the meeting to order. And because we are not all on, one is online, everything will be done by roll call. We are quiet. Mr. Gibbons is not here. Mr. Norton is skiing. And Ms. Siegel is en route, just so we know.
Should do a roll call vote because of the,
You think so?
yeah.
Julie, are you here?
I'm here.
Steve Bannon, are you here?
Here.
Terry, are you here?
I'm here.
Sir Debbie, are you
Yes.
here? Karen, are you here? Questionable. Okay. We will, any corrections, deletions, or additions to the March 18th minutes?
Except as written. Second.
Hold on.
Thank you.
Okay. We have a second on the minutes? Great. All those in favor? Julie?
Yes.
Good. Sir Debbie?
Yes. Yes.
Alana?
Yes.
Yes.
Karen, yes, yeah. It's unanimous. Okay. So, there is a document that Paul sent to me, which I'm gonna ask him to send to you guys, which is a summary of kind of what the whole discussion about park usage and fees and stuff. It just sort of, I'm gonna ask him to get it to you, but basically individual family requests, everything pays an application fee. I would strongly suggest that that subcommittee needs to meet again. And then we will go forward and onward about what we're gonna do, but I'm gonna ask Paul to send this out so you guys can see it, because it's a kind of a good summary. It's got 2 pages, but I think it may be helpful in what we're doing, so we won't go ahead with that until you guys have got that all together, all right?
Okay.
All right. Now, I will tell you that the parks usage request for the Mahawi Performing Arts Center has been withdrawn. Okay? Somebody is turning over their yard. Is it the corner right up here, the old CHP building?
Robert Hartwell's property, no.
Oh, okay,
No.
great. I'll find out another time. So why don't you come up and discuss the use of Town Hall Park on 15th and 16th for a circus demonstration? Janice, ma'am.
Ma'am. Thank you. Appreciate you hearing the request. We are hoping to have the Circus Arts Conservatory. This is a group that performs at the Barnum Bailey Ringling Brothers Museum down in Sarasota, Florida all winter. They're going to be doing a season up at Lenox High School this summer. And we arranged with them to do a free preview of their season on the town hall lawn on the evening of the 15th, and if there's rain, we would do it on the evening of the 16th. So we would provide marketing and production support, and they would provide the performance, and people could come for free, and that's it.
Ladies, at the end of the table, are there any comments, concerns, or issues? Mr. Chamberlain, Mr. Andujar,
No comment.
lovely.
Second.
Roll call vote. Ms. Andujar,
Yes.
Ms. Sir Debbie,
Yes.
Alana, Terry,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Karen, yes, unanimous. Goodbye.
Thank
You're
you very
done.
much.
This, see, if you could make all of your stuff this easy.
I wish my life were this.
I understand, but just because I'm nosy, where is this gonna be?
Do you want to explain it?
It's gonna be at 52 Castle Street, also known as the former freight house or freight yard. Also now known as Dale Colleton's property along the railway, the grass.
Oh, right over here.
Yeah.
That is
Oh.
the-
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Great idea.
Win-win-win, and yes.
Yeah, everybody can walk, it'll work out quite well.
And have
Ducky,
traffic coming
Yeah.
from
We can
behind,
have
down,
people come into town the other.
yeah, they can come this way.
yeah, and committee members can make calls in advance to explain, you really wanna leave extra time, come around.
Good idea.
Win-win-win-win.
See? How
Just
creative.
remember Lake Mansfield's one way, the wrong way.
I do remember that.
It's both.
Oh, it's both now? Oh, my God.
We will not direct them that way.
Okay,
Great,
Thanks very much.
take care.
thank
everyone.
you.
Night.
Santa Reese.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello? Okay, hi.
We cannot find, I don't know where the sheet went. I know you sent it.
I sent it twice. I sent it once.
I
to-
know, I get it, okay? I also get,
Do you want me to just give you the information and you know you have
that's
it?
kind
somewhere?
of what I'd like to have happen, yep.
Okay, all right, so,
Here it is, here's the parks usage request, okay? My only concern is that if it's not done, you're not doing anything.
I know. So that's my concern. And actually, in terms of space, so obviously, normally we would be starting on Saturdays in May and June. So we knew that was out and I found an alternative setting in Sheffield to practice then. But people really want to come back to the lake. So we're praying that July 1st, it's going to be done. And I went down there a couple weeks ago and officially scoped it out. And the area that we normally have been doing yoga in is still completely intact. The lawn is still there, and I don't think there's going to be, it's the tree in front of the lake. From there, there's a little kind of area that goes from there to the beginning of the playground. So from that respect, the space to actually do it on seems like it'll be fine, as good as ever. Obviously, the question we have is if there's no parking available yet, and that's not all taken care of, that's not going to happen. So the biggest challenge for me is like, people keep asking me, I need to start advertising a little bit, but even more important, I keep getting calls from Berkshire Edge that wants to do an article about both the renovation at the lake, but about the yoga program that's been going on for 12 years. And I keep putting them off saying, I don't even know what days. So the main change this year, besides all the renovation work that's been going on, is that I'd like to do it instead of Monday, Wednesday, Friday in July and August. I'd like to do it Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, because attendance is always better on Saturdays.
Wait a
And
minute, what time, wait, Saturday, what time?
Monday, excuse me, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, all at 8 in the morning. And the history I've noticed, we occasionally have a couple families, we seem to coexist nicely. 8 in the morning, there's hardly anybody down there. So it's not an issue of space requirements or either us disturbing them or them disturbing us. And then I know I talked to Christine and she said even if it's open in July and August, that there will be additional landscaping and work being done at the end of the summer in the fall. And normally in the fall, September and October, we continue with Saturdays, moving it up to 9 a.m. as the weather gets colder and it gets darker. I don't think that would be a problem, but I don't know, just because I'm assuming that they're not going to be working actively on a Saturday. So I understand that everything is tentative, but I'm looking for approval under with the understanding that if it's not finished, clearly that's on me to figure out where else I can do it. But I'd like to get approval tentatively for Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, July and August at 8 a.m. and Saturdays at 9 a.m. September and October, Saturdays. And
Well,
that's,
I'll tell you what, let's just go with July and August for now.
Okay,
And then you can come back in the middle of August and we'll see what's going on. Cause I don't wanna set up all this stuff yet. There's just too many variables about construction and everything else. So I'll take a motion. I'll make the motion Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday at 8 to 9, starting July 2nd through August 31st.
Construction.
What? Pending on construction.
Pending construction.
Yeah.
yeah,
All this goes out the window if there's rain or whatever. The other thing is, just because your area is not being impeded, the idea of parking and having people around is like bad, not gonna happen. Just so you need to understand, and I understand you've been there 12 years and I understand you have a following, but we have other things that we need to take care of this year, and you're just gonna have to not be the primary focus, okay?
so explain to me what you're saying about the parking. I don't understand. If you're giving me if you're giving me approval contingent on it being ready for public use, does that include the parking?
Yeah, it would include if the parking is ready also.
Yes,
So if the beach is ready or the area you use is ready, but the parking is not, then it's a no.
okay, so I understand that, so, and I
Okay.
will take that and I will work with finding alternate solutions if in fact it's going to change. Can I just offer you as a citizen, a comment? I just want to say that I don't know who's doing the construction and if it's a local company or otherwise, but the importance for the town of that area being available for recreation over the summer, I'm sure you understand, is really important. And I don't know who, who decides how wet it is before they can rip up a road or all of that. I'm not a construction supervisor, but from the town's point of view, whatever gentle, kind pressure you can exert on them so that our community has a recreation place for the young people and the older people this summer would be really wonderful. That's
Sandra,
all.
I'm gonna use a response that I've learned in Kenya. So noted.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
I second your motion.
You second the motion. All right. Julie, we're gonna start a vote on the motion that we made. Can you please vote, please?
Yes, I vote yes.
Sir Devon?
Yes.
Alana?
Yes.
Terry? Steve?
Yes.
Karen? Yes. Okay, good. Takes care of that.
Thank you very much.
Stay in touch. All right. Is the Housatonic improvement person here?
Yeah, Angela. Sure, let's pick those.
Yes,
Is she
hello.
here?
Hello,
Hi, Angela. How you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Oh, definitely. So you're here. We got you in, so that worked out well.
Thank you, guys.
If I could find the response, it's on the back of the package here. So Housatonic Improvement Committee wants to do June 8th, not June 10th.
Correct.
And you're expecting 1,000 people?
Last year, we had about 1,000 people during the event. Yes.
Okay, so have you talked to the police department and parking and all the other logistics of this? Because 1,000 people in Housatonic is an interesting thought process.
So we have filed for the one-day permit with the select board, and I understand that that goes to the various departments, but we had that many people last year and had no problem at all with parking because many of the attendees walked.
Okay,
I just have one question.
Yeah.
Instead of a rain date, you want to use the community center. I'm not sure that's gonna work. That's a lot of people.
no way.
And if it's raining, it's gonna be a problem on the floor. I just think that that's a problem.
Yeah, I mean, last year we were prepared to scale it down and, we can cover the floor if necessary. It was really, it was sort of hedging because we had canceled the event in October because of rain. So we didn't want to have to do that again.
1,000 people does not work in the Who's Dome,
Understood.
okay? So I think June 8th is a Saturday.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I think you need to come up with a rain date.
Yeah, we won't do a rain date that's other than that day because the vendors and the food trucks they can't commit to another
Okay.
date. Mhm.
Okay, that's your choice. Any other discussions, concerns, or issues? No, I was there last year. It was a good time.
It was really fun.
Nicely done. Nothing, no questions, concerns? We have a motion and a second? No, make a motion, Terry.
second.
Okay, Terry makes a motion, Alana seconds. Okay, all those in favor? Julie?
Yes.
So Debbie?
Yes.
Alana?
Yes.
Terry?
Yes.
Steve?
Yes.
Karen? Okay, good. Nice job. Okay, that's done.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. What else we got? Mr. Aberdale. We got everything else. Why don't you just give us an update, sir? And if you could speak as clearly as possible so Carolyn can hear, that would be great.
So this is basically the agenda from last month. We went through it, nothing's changed.
Okay,
Memorial Field is, we wanted to be started by now, but the rain has held us off.
okay,
Hopefully Wednesday next week.
okay. Like Mansfield, the dugout is updated. Grove Street Park equipment is here. Any other concerns or issues? Citizens speak. Are you Michael Smith?
I'm not,
Who are you?
I'm Christian Sparks, I speak. Related to the Grove Street Park.
Okay, let me preempt this just
Sure.
because it's not on the agenda.
Okay,
So here's how this is gonna play out.
Mhm.
There's equipment that's gonna be installed.
Yep.
Okay? Once that equipment is installed, then and only then, when the trucks have gone in and out and everything, then and only then will we entertain any discussion based on this. This is not a plan. This is it's a schematic. It's not put in stone, okay? So we have heard your wife's issues. I will tell you that every time. I'll get there. When we've done things, 50% like it, 50% don't. So we're not gonna do anything until they have gotten that equipment in. There was a complaint from the neighborhood that they want, and the bottom line is that we can't even deal with that until the equipment's in. You understand what I'm saying?
Concerning the parking.
Concerning the parking,
understood.
okay? And,
The comment is that because I actually spoke in favor of the parking install. When
Yeah.
when we had this 6 months ago.
Yeah.
But when the parking install occurred, it was not at all per the schematic that was, it's in quite a different place. We had cars backing up into the grass and, it hugs property lines and I completely, I'm in construction. I understand exactly what you're saying about needing to get the equipment in and then address. But we did want to make sure that concern is noted, that once that equipment is installed, the concern is really over safety of the car backing into somebody.
Right.
Or to some kids or
we
something.
can get wheel chocks, there are all sorts of things, but the other thing is also, I will tell you, I was down there today. If you pull all the cars nose up against the buildings, you need that much space to back up and turn around. That they need a parameter or perimeter of concrete wheel chocks, absolutely, once the equipment's in,
Sure.
then
And that's
only.
fair, yeah, totally, yeah.
I wanna be fair.
Yeah,
And this is not what we used, this is just an idea, this was not like, this is gonna be this many feet or whatever. Okay?
right, and I guess that my one comment to that would be is that, depth wise, we've got a lot of depth there, but width wise, we don't have enough width to actually have a car turn around and pull out of there.
We're gonna work all that out once we get everything in.
I get it with what you're saying about needing to get the install done first.
The,
That makes
the
sense.
equipment is here, and actually it is being, partially. DPW is kind of assembling it and seeing how big it is and what they can get it in. But it's, you know, when somebody said, well, when's it gonna be done? I'll tell you, weather permitting and staffing permitting. That's when it will be done. Cause that's what we got, right, Mr. Aberdeen?
Yes, Memorial Days are key focus right now, to make sure that parks and cemeteries and the grounds are ready for Memorial Day. We
Okay.
can start some of it before then, we will, if not, it'll be on.
That's earlier than what we were told last fall.
Well,
so
be
that's good.
grateful, isn't that
Yeah, no,
marvelous?
it's good.
Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah.
Yeah, we would like to get it in, the equipment is here, that's what's great.
Sure.
And the guys are pulling it apart out of boxes and trying to figure out what they can pre-assemble, so it could actually just be brought halfway done. So we will get that up and running as quickly as we can,
Right, thank you.
okay?
You have a hand up in the audience?
Yes? Martha Archambault, yes, ma'am. Unmute yourself, ma'am. Martha Archambault, you need to unmute yourself. You're still muted according to us.
Are we gonna see commissioners and come
Yeah. Commissioner speak, Sir Debbie.
Well, I wanted to comment on the basketball hoops down at the skate park. I was there yesterday. There, none of this, I think there's 6 hoops down there. None of them are 10 feet high
Where's this?
at the skate park. None are 10 feet high. None of them have like fixed nets. Like all the nets that are on have a problem with them. Some don't even, 4, I think, don't even have nets. One whole backboard doesn't have a hoop. So I was down there and I was speaking to one of the community members who organized the basketball tournament there last year. He also organized the tournament at the Hoosie Dome over the winter. And he and I were just feeling very sad that the hoops are not, they're just not nice.
They're not in usable shape.
No.
Well, this
Have you
is,
been down there?
this is it for, no, see, here's the problem, Sir Devin. This is the first I've heard of it from anybody. Nobody at Railroad Street, nobody at the staffing. No one has indicated to us that there's an issue. Now that we know.
Yeah, there's a big issue down there.
Okay, so my point is if nobody knows, nobody can do anything. Now that we know, Joe will send his guys down there and we'll find out what we gotta do to get it right.
Yeah, and I encouraged this guy, Garrett, his name's Garrett, to come to a meeting and talk about the different, tournaments that he's wants to do down there. And
That's great.
it's just a really nice space for kids.
Glad
go
to
play.
entertain it, but again, I don't play hoops. And what disturbs me is Railroad Street Youth Project is down there all the time. Nobody has ever said boo to us.
Yeah,
Joe, have you heard anything about hoops?
I haven't, but I have also haven't looked either, so.
All right.
yeah, it's, especially with the new park
I
going
think
in,
it's,
it would really be
I
nice
think,
to
I
have.
think we should
new-
get down there and see what we gotta do. If we gotta remeasure it, we gotta put up better nets, if we gotta
Mhm.
get a hoop. I think that's what Park and Rec does.
We should be able to get something functional.
Yeah, and maybe new backboards.
Yeah, we'll take a look at it. Comes to spending money, it might be a little different thing right now.
Mhm.
But the parks does have some capital money from last year,
Yeah.
this current year.
We'll get it.
Let's take a look at it.
Yeah, because I know that the new basketball resurfacing is in the future for the skate park, but
What?
isn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, we talked about that maybe 2 months ago,
Okay.
but obviously that's not gonna happen this summer, so
No,
at the very least, getting new.
well,
rims
nets
would
and
be-
backboards would be helpful.
Yeah.
And having it at 10
Yeah.
feet. It's sort of like the NCAA's. The three,
The 3
the
point,
3-point lines on
Yeah,
one
it's
side.
not
of
good for them to shoot on.
No, one's a foot shorter. I can see that may have caused a few issues. Okay,
Or then when they have the tournament, are they going long ways or they play cross court?
I think they play cross court, but then he was mentioning how if you go the shorter width, they could do like 2 games of 3v3 and.
Right.
There's just like different ways of playing.
Right,
and
right,
That should be
absolutely.
something,
Is in the easy,
yeah.
This is an easy fix.
Yeah.
All we need to do is know.
yeah.
And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put Railroad Street Youth Project on notice, like, hello, why didn't you tell us the equipment was back? Because they're there.
Yeah, but maybe they don't, it's winter, they're using the inside and not
But they
necessarily
look out the
using.
window.
Maybe their kids
We'll
don't.
get it looked at. Martha. Go ahead.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Good
Yep,
afternoon.
please.
I live at 17 Grove Street across from the park. My main concern about anything before it's being done is the erosion along the banks.
Which bank?
Uh,
The Parkside
both-
Bank or the Yardside Bank?
both sides of the bank, actually going all the way up to the dam.
Oh, the stream that goes down through there?
The stream
Well-
that goes down through there, Martha?
Yes, from the reservoir.
It's a stream that goes down through there, and it's a deep ravine. It's not washing away by any means.
It's also not a parks issue.
It's not a parks issue, Martha.
But if you're going to be putting equipment into the park, it's important
The equipment
to
that's
look
gonna
at
go
the,
into the park, the equipment that's
Yes.
gonna go into the park is gonna be 300 feet from the ravine.
okay, the ravine is actually becoming a huge ravine with fallen trees that have not been moved, which channel water. I assumed it was because the tennis court on the right-hand far side next to the closest to the water is been disintegrating and crumbling with asphalt falling into the actual stream, which changes the course of the water, which makes erosion. And I wish somebody would talk about that.
There'll be the one corner of the.
If you're facing Grove Street Park and you're facing the basketball court, the far right corner,
Where someone extended the fence years and years ago, the water drains out that way off the court.
Okay. It's
So-
not from the ravine, it's from the drainage.
Yeah, because it comes from the neighbor's house across the street. It comes down their driveway, across Grove Street, over the bank and across the court. And it carries all kinds of sand with it.
Okay.
no, sir, I'm
You-
actually talking about the actual tennis ball court. And what you're calling a drain is disintegrating asphalt that continually gets tried to be put back together and falls apart, creating an actual ravine that goes down into the stream.
So why don't you just
Go check it out.
Yeah.
We'll look at it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
That's right. Okey dokey artichoke. Any other citizens? Madam Siegel.
Yeah, well, from a citizen, mostly just, Carolyn, could we get back to the habit of posting, the next handful of meetings on the end of the agenda month to month, because I've been getting questions about when the next meetings are.
Well, they're on the website.
Yeah, it would be really helpful if they were posted on the agenda too. We were doing that for a while.
Carolyn, can you hear us? Okay. Well, I'll have to get to her.
It's on the
The
bottom,
whole back and
on
forth.
the bottom of the minutes.
It's on the bottom of the minutes? Okay.
So I think it just fell off in the transition.
Yeah.
And I think if it's just a running list, then she won't even have to redo it each time. She can just bump it to the next one.
Great. I'll send her a note.
Everything else that it has been given to me by a citizen was discussed in relation to Grove Street, and we're just not moving on it until the next stage of installation, so I feel like we're good.
Yeah.
Okay, And one other question, which is, do you know what, if we're up to date in posting meeting minutes on the website? Someone said that they couldn't find minutes past November,
I don't believe that.
so I haven't had a chance to check it out myself.
I will check with
I'm
Carol.
looking now.
Thank you.
Well, since there's only 23 on here, and they are correct.
Carolyn, you need to get the minutes up. If that's not, I'll call her when I get home. I can see that this can't be done like this.
Well, I'm not sure this is her problem too, because we don't even have 2024 on here.
Yeah, part of the problem is that when she's trying to print stuff like sent stuff and it went docx, it wouldn't get printed, she can't print it on. There's all this because we're trying to deal with it. So I will find out, I will get in touch with her and talk to Kathy Couch, because she seems to be the one that does the posting.
Yep,
Okay,
great.
great. Terry?
I just was going to say that I finally, within the past couple of days, got a chance to remember to drive down to the fields and, softball and little league fields, and they look great. The new dugouts and the work that's been done
Good. Thank you, Chip Paul.
for somebody that spent many a year
I
down
know,
there.
you could have been rooted there.
I have nothing.
Mr. Aberdale, anything?
You got Julie too.
No, ma'am.
Ms. Andujar?
I was curious about the weed control at Lake Mansfield. Are we going to bring that up soon or before the summer season?
Well, I can tell you, I just got a 6-page missive from Dale Abrams about
Yes.
the weed control. And basically, what he's saying is we shouldn't mow the weeds.
That's what I read too. That's why I brought it up. Okay, I was
So
just wondering.
my
if we
theory
were
is
gonna-
this: brighter minds will prevail
Indeed.
about what's gonna happen at Lake Mansfield with the weeds. I'm not gonna get involved in it because the nice thing about opinions is there are many of them, especially when it comes to the weeds at Lake Mansfield.
Yeah,
So
I was concerned also because I received that same missive and I was just concerned that we were going to make decisions on our own and without consulting the
Well,
experts.
remember one thing, our only jurisdiction is over the beach and really only over the equipment. We have nothing to do with the lake itself.
Oh,
We can't make a decision if we wanted to.
oh, okay. I was just wondering because I understood that Bill had gone to the the conservation meetings and.
Right, to try to get them to move along.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Yeah, that's why it didn't show up on the agenda,
Great.
because it's not happening. It's not our purview. Do you have anything you'd like to say, madam, other than you are a hardworking person who shows up?
And I'm gonna hand all field maintenance questions to Chip Paul. So any questions you have from here on out.
So Chip is gonna take care of Little League?
He is
Are you paying him?
not a cent.
Oh, my God.
Yep, he's gonna help me this year. I got a good person on my.
You're all done.
Finally,
You're finished.
thank God. No, I've been thanking God that he came to help me.
Can I make a suggestion that you may want to prompt and let us know if there's something we can help with materials or something like that, because,
Chip has sent me a list of a few things that they would like.
oh, Mr. Aberdale, how kind. Look at that. Santa Claus is in the room.
I didn't say he was giving it to him.
Oh, You wanted to know if there's anything you can do, there is. He's asked for certain types of covers for the pitcher's mound and home plate. He's asked for a couple of the L screens to protect the pitcher. He sent me in the order he wants them.
So not to cause problems, are we really responsible for the L screens? Because that's more of a little league thing. It's not a field thing.
Well, it sits down, right, it isn't, it's more of our thing, but I think he was just asking too, because it sits down there in the batting cage, like nobody takes it home or anything. We've never stored it anywhere, as far as I know, it's always been stored in that batting cage. That's why they were asking, but I don't know, just for Great Barrington, it's really like, it'd be down there for the community.
Excuse me. Shut up, Steve.
So.
That on or off the record.
No, I get what he's saying. but
Yeah,
here's my
no, I
theory,
do too.
is if we get Chip Paul to do the maintenance on Memorial Field and the baseball fields, the next thing is everybody else shut up. Period, end of discussion.
You obviously weren't at the budget meeting.
What's that?
We give Chip what he wants done.
I would like to know, have a number. Do you have a number?
I know, I just got the stuff yesterday.
Okay,
Yeah.
if you could come up, give us an idea of a number, are we talking $2,000?
Oh, you might be talking a little bit more than that. Because even on the batting cage, I think there's some crossbars on the top that are concerning, I think, because if a ball gets hit, it's a safety issue, we
Yeah.
usually protect those.
Mhm.
So, he sent me the links to all of them, so I'll look them up, get some pricing together.
And plus a decent thing to put down on the pitcher's mound and the home plate.
Well,
We're looking for a way to.
For something decent, it's gonna be a few bucks, you know,
Yeah,
piece of plastic just doesn't do it, I've tried that for years.
Piece of plastic with buckets over it?
Yeah. that doesn't work.
Sandbags.
I mean,
Yeah.
because I don't have a problem with us doing that. I think it would be a good idea, is if we have the right steward in charge here, if you know what I'm talking about. Okay. Any other comments, concerns, or issues? I'll take a motion to say bye now.
I'll make that motion.
There's a woman in the back. Do you have anything to say, ma'am? Why are you here?
I asked, let's just adjourn.
You're curious?
Yeah.
God bless you. Motion to adjourn. All in favor? Aye, Julie?
Yes.
Okay. Everybody else, yay, yay.